Hi, this is Wes Fryer, Director of Technology at Cassidy School. Today is January the 24th, 2018, and this is a brief narrated slideshow of some information I shared with our faculty yesterday on January 23rd about two-step verification and password management. First is a big shout out of thanks to our faculty. We are now, as of Christmas break, 100% on the use of two-step verification for our Google accounts. And this means that everyone is either using their smartphone or a security key or an app. There are several different methods to verify whenever we use a new device with our Google account. And we are sent this code or have to put in a code that we get because we just continue to see so many different hacks happening. And by adding the second layer of protection, we are protecting our information, and we're also protecting student information and parent information and all of those kinds of things that we deal with on a daily basis. So a big shout out of thanks to our faculty for working and getting us to that point, because it's taken us about a year to get to this point. There was an article yesterday in The Verge that indicated that we are really in a minority here. Over 90% of all Gmail users do not use two-factor authentication. And so I want to encourage everybody to consider using two-step, not only on a school account, but also on a personal account. And to recognize that really we're being proactive here, and I think we're going to continue to see more and more discussion about two-step because there's not anything that's a silver bullet for security, but this definitely is a big way that we can increase the security of our accounts and the information that we have online. So you can add your two-step verification or a two-step verification process to several different web accounts. In fact, I just saw this last week a friend whose Facebook account was hacked. You can now add that to Amazon. Definitely need to have that on a Yahoo account. Yahoo had one of the biggest email security breaches, I think, of any email provider ever. And it's just an important piece to ensure that your accounts are secure. And so certainly, this is up to you, but it's a recommended best practice. And just as we're doing this now for school, I encourage all of our faculty and staff to do this on other web accounts that offer this. Your banking accounts as well. If you do any kind of online banking, credit cards, anything to do with money and finance, very, very important and good idea. So it's also important to use unique and complex passwords. And probably the most difficult part of this is unique, because we tend as humans to like to use the same password, and we really can't remember, there are literally hundreds of web accounts now that I utilize. There's no way I can remember a different password. And some people in the past have recommended having a formula where you make it different. The best practice today is really to use a password manager, because there are now, lists of these emails and passwords that have been hacked that unscrupulous folks are able to download and utilize. And so if you're using the same password on more than one account and that website has been hacked, it's very likely that hackers are in possession of that, and they may have already, or they may in the future, try using that password with your account on some different website. In fact, if you would like to get a visual and some facts about your particular email address and what kinds of data breaches it's been involved with, I'd encourage you to go to this website, haveibeenpwned.com. Pwned is a combination of the word owned and I think password. I should know exactly the etymology of that word, but it means hacked. And so when you go to the site, you put in your email address. And these are results from my own personal Gmail account that to date has been involved in 4 different breaches. And in some cases, like the Adobe hack in October 2013, that includes passwords. Same thing for LinkedIn in May of 2016. My Yahoo account I checked separately, and it was involved in 6 different attacks. Even my Cassidy account has been involved. So this is just a very visible reminder of the fact that lots of security breaches have happened, and unfortunately they're going to continue. And one of the most important things we can be doing is using a different password on these different sites. And so really the best way to do that is to use a password manager. This is not required here at Cassidy School. It is strongly recommended, but not required, that you use a password manager. I personally use one called 1Password with our family, but there's a great one that's free called LastPass, and this is the one that we recommend the most. It is like putting all your eggs in one basket, and people have asked that question in terms of all your passwords are here. So you really have to, of course, use a good password and protect that password for your LastPass account. But the good news is, if you do this, then that is the password that you remember. And I encourage you to print out that password and treat it like your passport or your social security card or your birth certificate. Put it in a safety deposit box, put it in a special fire file at your house, wherever you protect those kinds of documents, save it. And tell other people in your family as well, right? And things happen, and it's important that we have access to the digital files of our loved ones when things happen that are unexpected, as well as the physical files. And so definitely, if you're not already, consider using a password manager. I also want to encourage you to add your cell phone to your password manager for account recovery. Now, it's also true people can hack your cell phone, and there's really nothing that's 100% can't ever be hacked. But that's why we try to have a layered approach to security. We don't just do one thing, we do multiple things. And by adding your cell phone to your LastPass account or whatever password manager, you can then use your phone to recover that password, because we cannot, in our technology department, reset your LastPass, your password. We can reset your Google account for school. And if you have trouble with two-step for school, please let us know. We can help you with that. But when it comes to these other accounts that you're maintaining, we are not able to reset those. And it's really important that you don't lock yourself out of your password manager account. Also, I want to encourage you to download a browser extension for your password manager. This is for LastPass. It's free, not only available for Chrome, which is the browser we primarily recommend, but also for Firefox. And it allows you to have pretty ready access or quick access to your passwords, what's called your vault, and then you can access the websites just through this browser extension that puts a little icon in the upper right corner of your web browser. You also, of course, can access your password manager on your mobile phone. So again, once you put your password in, you can copy and paste these complex passwords. Another reason why that extension is so helpful, if you click on it, you'll see, and I've kind of boxed this in yellow, generate secure password. You can use that, and you choose how long the password is, and you can go to advanced options, because some places with their rules make you have numbers, some allow special characters, etc., and some have a length restriction of how long it can be. So you can decide how long you want that password to be, and what the security experts tell us is it's important that your password is long. The shorter the password is, the more likely it is that it can be hacked, especially if somebody wants to target your password. So great to use the browser extension. Take advantage of that option to generate a secure password. The last thing I want to encourage you to do is to share both two-step verification and password managing with other people. We need to be safe, right? All of us do as human beings. If we're not feeling safe, we're really not thinking about a lot of other things, because we're feeling threatened. And so in today's environment, even though you may not be working with the word technology in your job title, all of us are using technology. We're all working with information, and we've all got different people to protect, both in our homes and in our classrooms and our school. And so you may be the first person to talk about this with one of your parents, or with a neighbor, or with another relative or friend. And so you can explain to them what you understand, why we're doing this at school, why we're encouraging it, and really how all of us need to stop using sticky notes and just trying to remember these passwords in our heads, and find a password manager that we can trust and we can put our passwords into. So if you have any questions about this at Cassidy School, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me, get a hold of our team. And remember that anytime you've got some kind of an issue with security, something you think has been hacked, that really is a top priority for us. We consider that an emergency, and so reach out to us directly, have your division assistant call us on the cell phone, And we will provide the assistance we can to try and help you get things secure and also be proactive in this way in trying to prevent things from happening that could if others are wanting to have access to our information. Thank you so much and have a great day.